guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic and welcome back to the channel. And today, if you guys, is a Ninjago video. I haven't done a Ninjago video in quite a long time, probably since my Ninjago tribute. I'm going to have that linked in the description below if you want to go check that out. Please go check it out. It took me a lot of time. I think you're really going to like it if you like Ninjago. So, with Ninjago itself, right, I've been with this franchise probably since 2010, 2011, whenever it started. I remember going to Target with my nanny and poppy, and then, you know, we were looking at the DVD section, and I said, oh, look, Lego Ninjago! You know, I didn't sound like that, but I didn't sound like this either, but, you know, I was, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, whatever. And she was like, is that okay? Is that appropriate? You know, and I was like, well, I don't know. And I watched it at their house, and I got hooked ever since. Now, in my opinion, I think Ninjago is okay for maybe 12, 13 up. I know that sounds like, oh my god, it's horrible. It's just me, 12, 13 up. Because trust me, I've seen all seasons, everything. It's not a kid show. It's for everyone. Trust me. It's very much, like, I'm an adult, and I love it more as an adult than I do as a kid. It's that good. It's great for older kids, teens, and adults. If you haven't gotten into the show, or you kind of hold off, you stopped, get back into it because it's freaking great. The Lego Ninjago movie is fantastic, but the TV show is just, it's my favorite franchise ever. Now, because I love this franchise so much, you know, we kind of had season 1 through 7, which was kind of its own thing, then 8 through 10, which was kind of the Oni and Dragon trilogy, where they looked different, they got older. And then starting with season 11, Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu, the Fire and Ice chapter, they kind of started to go in a different direction, different animation, different writers, and I like it. It's not as good as 1 through 10, but I think 11 through 15, and yes, I'm counting The Island, that little mini-series, I'm counting that as a season. You know, some people don't, I do. I think that 11 through 15 is pretty good. Now, I have seen Seabound. I've seen it. I know we just got a trailer. It's coming out soon, so don't spoil it. It's a great season, trust me. And you know, with the future of this in mind, there's some stuff that I really want to see forward. You know, I want to see what's going to happen to Garmadon. You know what I mean? We don't know. What's going to happen to certain characters that happened to them in Seabound. You know, we don't know. I heard that season 16 or 15, whatever you want to call it, the new one coming out next year in 2022, it's going to be more comedic. Hopefully, that's my one fear, though. Hopefully, we don't actually get anything super duper funny. Because normally, and most of my friends agree, and maybe you will too, whenever Ninjago tries to do something very funny, it often falls on its face. Because in the end, Ninjago is an action drama. That's what it is. It's not a comedy. There's some funny moments in there. It's like the MCU, you know what I mean, or Star Wars. It's not straight up comedy, but it's got some things in there. But normally, because Ninjago's so serious, kind of falls on its face. So we'll have to see about that in the next season. But kind of what I've been thinking about is, instead of keep going 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, you know, a million seasons, before the show does eventually end, which hopefully look, if this show does end, which I think it will, I mean, this is going to be like SpongeBob and The Simpsons, you know what I mean? Family Guy, she's never going to effing end. If it does end, I want it to end on a good note, you know what I mean? Don't cancel it, don't make it really stupid or kiddie, keep it the way it is, and end it on a proper note, kind of like season 10 did. But, you know, there's a lot of spin-offs, and there's a lot of lore to Ninjago. A lot of people kind of just see Ninjago and, you know, point blank, and they go, oh, it's colored ninjas and they fight evil. Yeah, that's the abridged version, but when you really get down to the nitty-gritty, I mean, the lore in this show rivals Star Wars, Middle-earth, Game of Thrones, Marvel, all this crazy shit that you watch. You know, it's got that lore and canon material in there, that if you're not paying attention, you can really go, holy crap, you know what I mean? What the fudge is going on here, you know what I mean? Who's that? Who's this? Why is she doing that? Why is he doing this? You know, and if you're not paying attention, you can kind of get lost. You know, this is not SpongeBob, a regular show where you just plop a thing in and watch it. It's like a serial, you know, it's like Harry Potter or the Skywalker Saga. You gotta watch it in order. And I do think that, you know, if they do that, it's fine. But there's a lot of potential for this show to kind of evolve into different kind of spin-offs and different kind of like mini-series. Not necessarily, you know, different shows itself, but different mini-series such as, you know, I think they have like the Book of Spinjitzu where it kind of talks about younger Wu and younger Garmadon before he gets bitten and all that, and the Oni power and all that shit happens. I think that's really cool. I think they have like books and all that. They have some comic books. You know, they have stuff like that. But I'm talking like its own like mini-series. You know what I mean? Like a 6 or 7 episode thing, kind of like Loki or WandaVision or Falcon and the Winter Soldier, something like that. You know, short 6 to 10 episodes of just kind of its own unique thing while still being canon to the original series, kind of branching off into different, you know, not realities, but different scenarios of that show. And I think one could easily be, like I said, younger Wu and Garmadon. I think having, because, you know, Wu is a character that's very effed up. He's like Luke Skywalker. He's very flawed, but he always seems to do the right thing when it counts. And I think that, you know, having Asphira and having Moro and, you know, all these things happen to him, I think that this can kind of stem off of that with, you know, maybe he's got some troubled history, you know, I mean, who knows? Garmadon, younger season, that'd be kind of cool, kind of seeing the inner machinations of his mind type thing, that'd be kind of cool. I think that there'd be really neat thing for kind of different spin-offs before, you know, because I think it was between season 4 and season 5. We're in Possession, right? Tournament of Elements to Possession. They're kind of Ninja are all kind of sitting and eating their breakfast, whatever, looking for Moro and all that. And they mention Ronin, and they're like, "Yeah, Ronin. We know who he is, don't we? Yeah, he's been a pain in the butt ever since blah." You know, and you know, they're like, "Oh, who's that?" You know, the audience is like, "Who the fudge is Ronin? You know, did I miss something?" And no, Ronin is just a character that is introduced in season 5, but the ninja don't meet him in season 5. You know what I mean? They meet him off screen in a different thing. So it'd be kind of cool to. Because we know that, you know, it's not like when season 4 ends they just do whatever the F they want until 5. You know, they go on their own separate little adventures. And I think seeing that kind of take place, seeing Ronin meet the ninja for the first time, you know, seeing more Misako or Harumi before she's nuts, you know, all that stuff, I think that'd be really interesting to see. Because again, there's so much canon material. I know the Stone Wars, kind of like the Clone Wars, right, in Star Wars, but instead the Stone Wars would be kind of centered around different, I guess, areas within the Stone Army and all that, and the Serpentine Wars and all that. The big, you know, that scene in season 4 where like Wu and Garmadon are fighting all the snakes in the snow or whatever, that like snowy forest. That'd be sick to see. You know, I mean, just kind of seeing maybe a separate 3-character arc to just Rey and Maya. You know what I mean? Or maybe Zane. We actually see the Master Vice kind of give his powers to Zane as he's dying. That'd be kind of cool. Again, there's a lot of crap to do in this show, you know. If they keep going 16, 17, 18, 19, 22 million, that's good, but there's so much lore in this show, it's kind of squandering the talent, you know what I mean? And I'm glad we're getting books and other extended media, kind of like Star Wars is, but I think that they're really missing out on making their own unique, kind of separate, like 6 to 10 episode arc of focusing on one character and their journey. That'd be really freaking cool. Some ideas I've thrown around. Tell me in the comments what you think about what kind of ideas you want to see for a future Ninjago spinoff. Really, really neat stuff. Again, this is a show that really has grown to, in terms of lore, to Star Wars. You know what I mean? It's got the big freaking stuff. You know, it's got a huge arsenal of really cool ideas and you know, things in the canon that, again, they're not doing it. So, you know, there's so much stuff that they could be doing, and instead they're just moving forward. And that's good, because that's the show. You know, don't abandon the main show. But, you know, maybe they want to do like a Netflix thing or something like that. You know, I could just, you know, buy it on DVD whenever they decide to release it. But, you know, coming from, you know, a big Ninjago fan, I am Ninjago, I know I talk a lot about Star Wars, and I do think all Star Wars is good and all that, but, you know, I love Marvel, DC, you know, I'm franchise fanatic, but Ninjago is my #1 favorite franchise. And I think that spinning the show off into different branches would be really freaking cool, and I think that they're not doing it. I think they're missing out. So again, tell me in the comments down below what you think, or what you would want Ninjago to kind of take seed in the future, possibly spin-off shows, movies, who knows. And if maybe, hey, the Lego Ninjago movie, I think it's a great Lego movie. I think it's really funny, very underrated. Maybe we'll get a Lego Ninjago movie too, who knows. But again, tell me in the comments what you think. Again, I'm going to have that Ninjago tribute that I made in the description. Go check that out, and please leave a comment on that. Again, it took me a long time to make. I consider myself to be one of the best tribute makers on YouTube. I think it's really all about timing and all that. So I think I made a few Ninjago tributes back when I started my channel way back in 2018, and some of them I'm watching them now, they're kind of ropey. But I do think that this one here, the Ninja Never Quit one, again, link in the description, is really, really good. So again, make sure to check that out, and again, tell me in the comments what you want to see branched off or spinnied off into different Ninjago content. Again, it's such a great franchise, and I can't wait to see more, but I also really hope they take advantage of what came before and apply that for future content. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.